Hallelujah. What you're listening to right now, brothers and sisters, you will hear Hebrew, English, and a dialect of Ghanaian language. All right? So this is what you're listening to. It's called Yah Kadosh Israel. God, the Holy One of Israel.
Blessed is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of Yah, and in his law does he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth its fruit in its season. Its leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. But the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For Yah knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Hallelujah. 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 God fire. God fire. God fire. Shabbat shalom lechem. Shabbat Shalom Lechem. Peaceful Sabbath to you all. For those that are not familiar with the Hebrew language, we thank y'all for your presence, thanking y'all for your lives, thanking y'all for your safe arrival. It is all to the glory of the Holy One of Israel that all of this is possible, that we are here, and we should always, always give thanks and praises unto Him, even on this holy Shabbat day. Brothers and sisters, I ask that this is something that we do here in the community of Charlotte, Ahav Israel. I just want to say welcome to the Hebrew family of Charlotte. Welcome to the Hebrew family of Charlotte. I want to hear that energy. I want to see that energy. Hallelujah! So what we're going to do, as is customary here in the Hebrew family of Charlotte, we're going to say the Kumah. It is the prayer that Moshe and the children of Israel said before they went out on their journeys in the wilderness. And when they reached the campsite and they settled down, but before they went out, they said these words. So I'm going to ask if you would face the Mizracha, the eastward position, which is facing this way towards our brothers, Uzziah, Akail. And we're going to say the Kumah. It can be found in the book of Numbers, the 10th chapter and the 35th verse. If you know it, please recite it with me, and then we're going to translate it in the English. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Kumah, Yehovah, Ve'afusu oyevecha, Ve'anusu misanecha mipanecha. Kumah, Yehovah, Ve'afusu oyevecha, Ve'anusu misanecha mipanecha. Kumah, Yehovah, Ve'afusu oyevecha, Ve'anusu misanecha mipanecha. Rise up, O Yah, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. Nihalel Yah! Nihalel Yah! Nihalel Yah! Yachad! 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 Selah. Psalms 25. Psalms 25. Psalms 25. Please listen to these words. got to clap, brothers and sisters. Come on.
Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. Oh my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not thine enemies triumph over me. Ever now the sins of my youth, Lord, my transgression, according to thy mercy, remember thou me, for thy goodness sake,
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehila te'aka. O Lord, open thou my lips and my mouth shall declare thy praise. Yehovah, our God and King, we bless and thank thy name, O Lord our God, and we ask permission that we might speak unto thee. We ask permission because thou art great and glorious and there is none else besides thee. We ask permission, O Lord our God and God of our fathers, for you are the creator of heaven and earth, and seeing all that in them is. Therefore, Lord our God, if permission be granted, first and foremost, we come before you to say, Todah, Yehovah. We thank you, O Lord our God and God of our fathers, for this holy Shabbat day. We thank you, O Lord our God and God of our fathers, that you have given safe passage to your children, O Lord our God. We, O Lord our God, have come from Ohio. We have come from Philadelphia. We've come from Chicago and Florida, O Lord our God. We've come from Guyana, O Lord our God, and New York City. We, O Lord our God, have come, O Lord our God, from South Carolina, from Georgia, from all over the face of this earth, O Lord our God, to gather on this Shabbat of love, this Shabbat Ahav, O Lord our God, to give you honor, praise, and glory. So we ask that you would accept us. We ask that you would accept our worship, that you would accept our praise, our presence, our stance. Oh Lord our God, that you would accept our beings this day. That, oh Lord our God, that your name, and that your name alone may be given honor and glory. For of a surety, there is none like unto thee. Therefore, Lord our God, we ask that you would bless each and every one under the sound of my voice, all of the congregations, the homes, oh Lord our God, and the families herein represented, that we might, oh Lord our God, send up a praise, oh Lord our God, unto thy name, oh Lord our God, that you will take cognizance of, and that you will bless us, oh Lord our God, even now and forevermore. We give thy name all praise, honor, and glory, and therefore we, thy children, your tribe, who gather together to bless thy name even on this wise, as we would say. Blessed art thou, Lord our God, who is the King of the universe, who is the form of light, the creator of darkness, the maker of peace, and the creator of war, the master of good and the creator of evil. Blessed art thou, Yehovah our God, forever and ever. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Amen. Hallelujah. Face the front, Bavakasha. We're going to start off our beautiful Shabbat day singing a song, Baruch Hashem. Blessed be the name of our Yah. Hallelujah. As you'll notice on the screen here, if you don't know the words to the song, please look at the screen here and you'll be able to follow along. But I'm sure everybody knows the song, Baruch Hashem. So we're going to bless the name of Yah even at this time. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. Blessed be the name of Yahuwah. Blessed be the name of Yahuwah. Blessed be the name of Yahuwah. Blessed be the name, blessed be the name of Yahuwah. Uno te leke, umayim God. Come on, Israel. Uno te leke, umayim God. Uno te leke. Uno te lekem, umayim God. He gives us bread and water too. He gives us bread and water too. He gives us bread. He gives us bread, he gives us bread, and our water too. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Come on, I can hear the ladies. What about you men? Come on, brothers, don't disappoint me. Come on. All right, ladies, you hear we responded. I know mom's gonna get it in. Baruch, come on, come on. Shel Yahuwah. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahuwah. When I wake up in the morning, I've got to praise His name. When I wake up in the morning, I teach my kids to do the same. Come on! Jehovah's great, He's also great. I've got to praise His name, I just can't wait. Jehovah is King, Jehovah is King of heaven and earth. Let's try that again, come on. When I wake up in the morning, let me hear that energy, come on. You got to praise whose name? Come on. When I wake up in the morning, come on Israel, I teach my kids to do the same. Jehovah is great, He's also great. I've got to praise His name, I just can't wait. Jehovah is King, Jehovah is King of heaven. Can I hear that voices, please? Come on. When I wake up in the morning, come on, come on, come on. All right, you hear them ladies? Come on, brothers, don't let me down now. Come on. There is no Yah like Jehovah our King. There is no Yah like Jehovah our King. There is no Yah, no, like Jehovah our King. There is no Yah, there is no Yah like Jehovah our King. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. All right, I want that Richter scale to go up a little bit more. Come on, bring it now, bring it, bring it. Come on. Baruch Hashem, all right. All the ladies, just the ladies, just the ladies. Come on, Baruch Hashem. You hear them, brothers? All right. Do your me. Get ready. Come on. That's all y'all got? That's all y'all got, ladies? Come on. All right, brothers. Let's show them how it's done. Y'all ready? Yiftach, don't laugh. You're going to lead it, Yiftach. Come on, brothers. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, come on. And we got the swagger with you. Look at the swagger, too. Come on, brother. Hey, put a little rep to it. Come on. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right, we're going to do it together. Come on. Together. Come on. Baruch Hashem. Come on. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem, Jehovah. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Jehovah. Baruch Hashem, Jehovah. Baruch Hashem, Jehovah. All right, listen to the drummers. I want you to keep the clap now. Come on, listen to the drummers. Come on. All right. Are you ready? When I say when you're ready, you say yeah. All right? Are you ready? Yeah. I did that on beat. What's that? Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. In the morning when I wake up, I give thanks to Yah. To you, oh Yah, I will give my praise. I know that my Yah lives. Come on, Israel. He lives within me. He lives within you. So what you gonna do? All you have to say is Yah. Come on, Yah. Come on, my Yah lives in me. Yah, Yah, my Yah lives in me. Drummers, drummers, drummers. Come on, come on. Come on. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah. 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 Come on. We're going to do it again now, right? I said 1, 2, 3, 4. In the moment. Come on. lives within me. He lives within you. So what you gonna do? All you have to say is God. Come on. God. My God lives in me. God. God. My God lives in me. Come on. In the morning. With that energy, y'all. I give thanks to God. To you, oh God. I will give my praise. I know that my God lives. He lives within me. He lives within you. So what you gonna do? All you have to say is God. God. My God lives in me. God. Come on. God. My God lives in me. Come on. Come on. All right, we're just getting started, y'all. I know, you're not gonna let me sing these songs all by myself. You're not gonna let me sing a song by myself. Come on now, let me hear you. Come on, we here to praise y'all, right? Let me hear you say it. Praise y'all. Praise y'all. I said praise y'all. Praise y'all. Praise y'all. Praise y'all. Come on, come on. All right, y'all. We're gonna take it up a notch. Madosha, 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 Yahovah. Madosha, 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 Yahovah. Come on. Jehovah, hallelujah, 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 Jehovah, Yah, Eli, la 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 la, Yah, Eli. Come on, brothers, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. My energy. Hallelujah. 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 Come on, brothers. Come on, drummers. Come on, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Straight it out, brother. Y'all know that when we come back in the afternoon, oh, it's going to get crunked up in here. Y'all know it. See, I'm not giving you all the song, I'm just giving you a little tidbit. All right? So just get ready for this afternoon. That'll give you a chance to digest all the food when you start moving. You understand? So just relax yourself. It's going to be all right. We're going to turn it up this afternoon. Hallelujah! 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 At this time, brothers and sisters, we're going to go into our Torah portion for today. The Torah reading that we're going to do, and we're not going to do Seder Hukwat as normally that's on the calendar for the Shabbat. We'll be doing Deuteronomy 30th chapter. And we have a treat for you all. Pray that the Most High will bless and keep us is my prayer. This time let us sing Petach HaTorah, found on page 6. As you'll see on the screen here, we're going to sing it even at this time, Petach, to open the book of the Lord. Hallelujah. HaTorah, Petach HaTorah, whereby shall we return unto thee, for thy word to be fulfilled by thy Lord, by thy Lord. In our hearts it is to be instilled. HaTorah, HaTorah, Petach HaTorah, withhold. Oh, how can we draw closer to each other in the spirit of true righteousness? Way we must confess. HaTorah, Petach HaTorah, withhold. Oh, how can we draw closer to each other in the spirit of true righteousness by thy Lord. Please be seated.
Okay, we're going to start just by having them recite the Shema, which is what they do every morning in the school. So they're going to just do that.
Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Elohim, Yehovah Echad, Wahavta et Yehovah Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol levavecha, v'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושרתך ובקומך ושרתם לא על ידיך והיו לטוטפו בעיניך ותעתם על מזלותיך ובשעריך.
בואו לפה, בואו. יופי, לא. ברמה יושב בכיסא, שבה ישבי בכיסא, שמשם. לא, יואל, אתה מתחיל.
הברכה והקללה אשר נתתי לפניך והשבותה אל לבבך בקהל הגויים אשר ידיחך יהוה אלוהיך שמע ושרת עד יהוה אלוהיך ושמעת בקולו כקול אשר אנוכי מצווך היום אתה ובניך בקהל לבבך ובכל נפשך ושב יהוה אלוהיך את שבותך ברחמך ששב וקיבצך מכל פעמים אשר הפצך יהוה אלוהיך שמע ויחיה לירכך בקצה השמיים משם יקבצך יהוה אלוהיך ומשם ייקחך והגיעך יהוה אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר ירצו אבותיך ורישתה והיטיבך והרבך מאבותיך ומל יהוה אלוהיך את לבבך ואת לבב לאהב את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך למען חייך.
Hallelujah.
And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt bethink thyself among all the nations whither Yahweh thy power hath driven thee, and shall return unto Yahweh thy power, and hearken to his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with thee, with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, that then Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and I will return and gather thee from all the peoples whither Yahweh thy powers have scattered thee. If any of thine that are dispersed be in the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And Yahweh thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And Yahweh thy power will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed, to love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, that persecuted thee.
Amen.
ונתן יהוה אלוהיך את כל העלות האלה על אויביך ועל שונאיך אשר בדרכך, ואתה תשוב ושמעת בקול יהוה ועשית את כל מיתותיו אשר אנוכי נותרך היום, והותירך יהוה אלוהיך בכל מעשה ידיך, בבטנך ובפרי בהמתך ובפרי אדמתך, לטובה, כי ישוש יהוה לשוש עליך לטוב, כאשר שש על אבותיך, כי תשמע בקול יהוה אלוהיך לשמור מיתותיו וחוקותיו והכתובה בספר התורה הזה, כי תשוב אל יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך. כי המצווה הזאת אשר אנוכי מצווך היום לא נפלט ממך ולא רחוקה היא לא בשמיים, היא לאמור מי יעלה לנו השמיימה ויקחך לנו וישמיענו אותה ונעשנה ולא מעבר לים, היא לאמור מי יעבר לנו אל עבר הים ויקחך לנו וישמיענו אותה ונעשנה כי
Hallelujah.
And thou shalt return and hearken to the voice of Jehovah, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
That's right.
And Yahweh thy power will make thee overabundant in all the work of thy hands, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good. For Yahweh will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. If thou shalt hearken to the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law, if thou turn unto Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not too hard for thee, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven that thou shouldst say, who shall go up for us to heaven to hear it? See God. Who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, and make us hear it, that we may do it? Neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shouldst say, who shall go over the sea for us, and bring it unto us, and make us hear it, that it may be, that we may do it?
Hallelujah. Okay.
שקרוב אליך הדבר מאוד בפיך ובלבבך לעשותו, ראה נתתי לפניך היום את החיים ואת הטוב ואת המוות ואת הרע אשר אנוכי מצווך היום לאהבה את יהוה אלוהיך ללכת בדרכיו לשמור מצוותיו וחוקותיו ומשפטיו וחיית ורבית וברכת יהוה אלוהיך בארץ אשר אתה והשלווה לרשתה ואם ישמע לבבך לא תשמע ונידחת והשתחווית לאלוהים אחרים ועבדתם הקראתי לכם היום כי אבות תאבדון לא תאריכון ימים על האדמה אשר אתה בא עובר את הירדן לבוא שמה לרשתה העידותי והקם היום את השמיים ואת הארץ החיים והמוות נתתי לפניך הברכה והגלה ובחרת בחיים למען תחיה אתה וזרעך לאהבה את יהוה אלוהיך לשמוע בקולו דווקא בו כי הוא חייך ואורך ימיך לשרה על האדמה אשר נשבע יהוה לאבותיך לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב לתת להם.
The word is very nigh unto thee.
Yes, sir.
In thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. See, I have set before thee this day life and good,
yes,
and death and evil.
That's right.
And that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his ordinances. Then thou shalt live and multiply.
Yes, sir.
And Jehovah thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest into possess it. But if thou art turned away, and thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I declare unto you this day that ye shall surely perish. Ye shall not prolong your days upon the earth and upon the land whither thou passest over the Jordan to go and to possess it. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day that I have set before thee life and death, the blessing and the curse. Therefore, use life that thou mayest live, thou and thy seed, to love Yahweh thy power, to hearken to his voice, and to cleave unto him. For that is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh swore to thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
Hallelujah. We're going to say God HaTorah even at this time. Again, giving the youngsters a round of applause. Hallelujah. HaTorah, HaTorah, say God HaTorah, whereby shall we return unto thee, to be fulfilled by thy Lord, by thy Lord. In our hearts is to be instilled. HaTorah, in the spirit of true righteousness, by thy Lord, by thy Lord, is the only way we must confess. Ha-Torah, Segor Ha-Torah, Hallelujah. 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 We give thanks unto the Holy One of Israel for even the youngsters, the youth, who are our future. Haim Atidenu. They are our future, for them to come and read in the book of Yah. We have to give praises to the Most High. So we, brothers and sisters, our future is looking pretty good. Would you say that? We used to say our future's looking dim, but we continue to teach our children and we plant those seeds. Our future is looking very good now. Hallelujah. And it's not just the youth that are here, but all the youth that are in all the states and cities. We're looking good. The Most High has blessed us once again to plant those righteous seeds even in our nation once again. Hallelujah. Brothers and sisters, we're going to continue. Before I switch gears and turn the service over to the next brother, we're going to sing a song, a befitting song. And I want you, please, sing it with your heart, because we cannot go anywhere and we cannot be a great nation without unity. Let me say that again. We cannot be a great nation, a great people, if we do not unite. And I'm not talking about, oh yeah, how you doing, brother? And we see each other every 5 years, every 10 years. I'm talking about, hey, brother, I'm calling you every day. I'm calling you every month. I'm calling you every year. Unity, that's what I'm talking about. Real unity, under Yah. So let's sing it together, please. Bakusha. Fingers spread, our hand is with. How to get the strength to see. Close that hand. Close that hand. Make a fist. Send that power to the red. Arm in arm, hand in hand. That's the only way to stand. Unity will make us free. Right up under Yah with unity. A chain that has. Come on, Israel. We can. Make that tomorrow. Repair that chain and make it last. Our strength and chain is made to last. Arm in arm. Can I get a little energy? Can we go higher? A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Come on. Come on. Way to stand. Unity. Make us free. Right up under Yah. I want you to put your hands together with your neighbor. Come on, togetherness. Togetherness will make us strong. A little louder. Unity. Come on, Israel. Shall be our song. Can you feel the energy? Our strength lies in We're sisters. We are family. Let's sing that again. Togetherness. Come on. Togetherness will make us strong. Unity shall be our song. Look at our elders over there. They paved the way for us. If they can be together, we can be together. Come on. Will to me. Right up under Come on. One more time. Togetherness. I'm serious. Come on. Make us strong. That's the only way we're going to be strong. Unity shall be our song. Our strength, will do big. Right up under Arm and on. Come on. Come on. Put your hands together, Israel. Come on. Where to stand? Come on, Israel. Don't make me do it by myself now. I can do it. We'll take us ready. Come on. Arm and on. Come on. Arm and on. Happy old days. Way to stand. Unity will make us free. Right up under with unity. Come on, drummers, take us out. Can you feel it, drums, Israel? Can you feel it, drums? Come on. I wanna see you feeling them drums. Come on. We are people that we can shake it, don't work it. Come on now. We got that rhythm, right? Come on, say, How many y'all lives within us? Come on. Are you happy that you woke up this morning? No, you're not. Are you happy you woke up this morning? Are you happy that God allowed you to be in Charlotte, North Carolina? Come on. Come on. Because we got some more singers coming up. I'm not going to sing all day now. We got more singers. Oh, boy. Come on. Do y'all really want me to sing that? Come on. Y'all singing it on your own. Y'all don't need me. Uh-oh. All right, brother. Come on, come on. Hayafa Elohim, Hayafa Elohim, Hayafa. Come on, Hayafa Elohim. Come on, brothers. brothers. The women singing up the song. Come on. One more time, one more time. Ayafa Elohim. Ayafa Elohim. Ayafa, Ayafa, Ayafa Elohim. Hallelujah. Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Yahuwah. Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm just giving you a taste of what we're going to do this afternoon, because all y'all who know, there's another part after that Hayafa, right? So get ready in the afternoon. Brothers and sisters, please be seated. We'd like to introduce to the stage at this moment. Sound like I was at the BT Awards, right? I'd like to introduce to the stage at this moment. I'm not MC Light. MC Light does it better. But we would like to introduce to the stage at this moment two beautiful brothers from Cincinnati, Ohio, the sons of Mordecai. Let us welcome them with an Israelite love. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Shalom, everybody. How everybody doing? Happy to be here. Blessed. See everybody's faces. Beautiful Hebrews. Happy to be up here with my younger brother.
Testing, testing. Hallelujah. How everybody doing out there? That's what's good. It's good to see all the beautiful faces, all the cultural garments, taking back our culture, what belong to us. That's what's feeling good to me right now, you know what I'm saying? Praise y'all. This is a song my brother wrote. Go ahead.
It's called Stay Strong.
For the troublesome times in the future.
The d.c.b production.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing mission, telling my people we don't have long. Try not to walk it wrong, tell my brothers to stay strong. Hey, because I'm all about my Elohim. Even when I stand alone and I'm starting to let go. Hey, because I stress over things I can't control.
Stand up.
Head heavy in my scripts that give me hope. Is he right by my side? That's something I don't hope. That's something that I know. So I had to write this. They say young Israel, go vote. When it's not in our control, I see my people losing hope. Ain't composing my composure so bold. Yahweh's loving and will reload. Hey, that's right, I feel it in my soul. Man, this flow gon' make them run. No, this flow don't sound too fun. All that Christian, I'm so safe, it make my ears go numb. Hey, I just need a break. I just need to break it down. Cause they try to break us down and bend these laws. But my people built to stay strong. Hey, we just have to stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. Yeah, we just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, with my people, with my, yeah. It's an ongoing mission, telling my people we don't have
have long.
Try not to walk it wrong. Tell my brothers to stay strong. Hey, because I'm all about my Elohim. Even when I stand alone, my problem's bigger than Goliath. I need guidance from the highest. Put pressure on my people like the answer is to riot. If you ask them who's the pilot, everybody's indecisive. Yeah, shout out to my people. Keep these laws and these laws through thick and thin. We stay strong. Hey, we just have to stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. Yeah, we just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit, with my people, with my people, with my ear. It's an ongoing mission, telling my people we don't have long. Try not to walk it wrong. Tell my brothers to stay strong. Hey, because I'm all about my Elohim. Even when I stand alone, we just have to stay strong. Hey, we just have to stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. Yeah, we just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of Yah, with my people, with my people, with my ear. It's an ongoing mission, telling my people we don't have long. Try not to walk it wrong. Tell my brothers to stay strong. Lions, I feel like I'm damn. Flow too hot, like wet as a 10. Sorry, y'all, for the words I'm saying. This is my first time recording for this performance. Stay strong. Hey, we just have to stay strong, stay strong. Turn the music up for it. We just have to stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. Yeah, we just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of Yah, hey, with my people, with my people, with my ear. It's an ongoing mission, telling my people we don't have long. Try not to walk it wrong. Tell my brothers to stay strong, hey, because I'm all about my Elohim. Even when I stand alone, we just have to stay strong. Sorry about that, y'all.
Give it up for them, please give it up for them. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Coming to the stage, let's welcome, a warm welcome to our sister from Cincinnati, Ohio as well, our sister Lena. Hallelujah. 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 Right here, come this way. Oh, you can't go this way. This way here. Come on. Right here.
Shabbat shalom. Oh, there we go. I got a question. It's $1 million question. Who is our king? Yeah. All right. I think it's track 5 then. Y'all got the answer, right? All right, while they're trying to get the song, I heard Ohio in the house. Oh, don't play me. Come on, Cincinnati. I said I heard Ohio in the house. All right. I heard Chicago. Start it over for me. We ready. Chicago. Gift top. today. All right. Whoa, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It said, come on, I can't hear you. Come on now. Not no judge. The words are too easy to not say. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't hear ya. Oh, I can't hear ya. Well, let me tell you now. I know where my next meal come from. I know where the city field come from. I know where all the truth come from. And where them little bitty youth come from. I know where all the life come from. And where the husbands and wives come from. I know where all the knowledge come from. And I know that there is only one. I can't hear ya. Oh, let me hear ya. I see so many men acting like they don't know the word. Yeah, yeah. Come on and say it. Come on and say it. So I listen to the words from my youth. Yeah. And I found them all to be the truth. Oh, all the love and all the land we so blessed. The wickedness his servants must detest. I find that with his light, you allow you all to shine bright. So if you down for ya today, let me hear you say, hip hop, you ready? Come on ye in the islands, feel it and listen with your heart and hear it. No longer will we hold his goodness inside. The time is now. We'll let go of the pride and look towards the rising sun. No Trinity only, whose name alone is great to the King. Daily load and be living my blessings. Only duty of man is servitude. What's better than serving you? It hurts when I hear another name. So hands out loud we must proclaim. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on now. The words are easy. I want everybody lips uttering the word. Yeah, yeah. I see my sisters always holding it down for the most high thing. Come on now. That's not good enough. Let me see if my brothers can do it a little better. Say, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking it. Come on, sisters. Tell them who hold it down. Cut the music. Cut the music. Cut the music. Not no judge. I gotta be a little louder and clear. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't hear you. Let them hear you. I want them to hear you in the parking lot. I want them to hear you in North Carolina, in Ohio, in Chicago, everywhere. Let them know. Yeah, yeah. All right, sisters, let me see what my mighty lions of Zion can do right now. Is that who's leading us? Is that what's leading us? Let's give them one more chance. Show you might say. All right, ladies, take it over from here. Yeah, yeah. One more time, come on, say. He is king. No one reigns above him. Follow the clap, not the drums. Follow the clap, say. No one reigns above him, and no one reigns beside. And I know this, I know it's God. Come on.
Hallelujah. Right. Please be seated, brothers and sisters. We thank the Holy One of Israel for such beautiful talent. Hallelujah. Brothers and sisters, please join me in welcoming our brother. He was just ordained as a rabbi. Come on, that deserves a round of applause. That's an accomplishment, you know. That's an achievement, you know. So let's welcome our brother, Rabbi Chief Benjamin from New York, d.c.b. Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! You may be seated. Giving all praise and honor to Yah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, and thanking him for allowing us to be here this day to worship and serve him.
Yes, sir.
And for my song, if you would just follow the screen. Oh. I actually thought I had a song. But we're giving praise and honor to Yah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, for allowing us to be here on this day. Many of us have traveled from very near, from very far. But Yah guided us, whether we drove the vehicles ourselves, whether we came by bus, whether we came by train, whether we came by plane. The Most High allowed all of us to be here this day safely, so we're here for a reason. And we ask that the presence of the Most High will be with us here this day, as he has allowed this mixture to come together. Whether you came from New York City, whether you came from Mount Vernon, whether you came from Baltimore, whether you came from D.C., whether you came from Cincinnati, whether you came from Dayton, whether you came from Cleveland, whether you came from Atlanta, whether you came from Los Angeles, whether you came from Jackson, Tennessee, or Mississippi, whether you came from Guyana, we talk about Linden, we talk about Georgetown, we talk about Buxton, we talk about New Amsterdam, we talk about Bridgetown, Barbados, St. George's, Grenada. Wherever you came from, the Most High has allowed you to be here today, whether you're from Jamaica, whether you're from Clarendon, whether you're from Portmore, whether you're from Kingston, whether you're from Montego Bay. The Most High God has scattered us throughout the earth, but he's allowed us to be here this day. But more important than that, we have Reuben in the house. Amen. We have Simeon in the house. We have Lewi in the house. We have Yehuda in the house. We got Dan in the house. We got Asher in the house. We got Naphtali. We got Yissaschar. We got Zebulun, Manasseh, Ephraim, Benjamin. Even more important than that, we have Yah in the house. So we do ask that his presence will continue to be with us this day as we have gathered from near and far, and asking that he would allow his word to be within us, that we would learn to follow his statutes and commandments and his judgments, because that is what's going to actually bring us together. Because he wants us to be as one. And to be as one, we have to serve him as one, because he is one. So we serve Yah alone as the creator. If you stepped into the wrong room, just listen throughout the day, and you will understand that Yah is God alone. That Yah is the creator alone. Yah is the master alone. Yah is the king alone. Yah is Lord alone. And he's in control of everything. So once again, giving praise and honor to Yah, and asking that he would be with us as we gather here this day, as he's allowed us here to come here in peace. Because as we travel here, we just want the Most High God's peace to be with us. So we have no strife, we have no arguments, because we're all one. The only arguments we're probably going to hear is amongst the drummers, when is my turn? But let them handle that. And let them argue in the back about that, so that we don't let their confusion mess with everything up here. Because all of us right here, one piece. And everybody that sings is going to get an opportunity to sing. people that speak are gonna get an opportunity to speak. So we're gonna pull up the first speaker for this day, because once again we have a well-rounded and balanced audience from various places of the diaspora that the Most High has scattered us to and allowed us to come together here as one. So the first speaker of the morning, or of the afternoon actually, gonna call up Moreh Hodaya.
Hallelujah. 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 Your kind. Your kind. Your kind. You look beautiful, Israel. Praise the Most High. d.c.b. Shivuna. Praises to Yah always. Hallelujah. Baruch haba. Abi. Cast your eyes on the screen. Praise Yah. I speak to your spirits here today. Not the beautiful faces, I love you all, but I want to speak to your spirits. Let your egos, let's put them aside. Open your heart and let the Spirit of Yah lead you. Abi, Tamshi. Tamshi.
Stuck in the market of religion, where we're making wrong decisions, running away from what was right. So deep in the pit of evil, you cannot see the light. Look where we are now. We let our guard down, cursed by our Father. We're being slaughtered. Oh yeah, please save me. Been put in slavery. First we were restless, and now we're helpless. So please take us back, my merciful Father. We know you turn your back on all the evil by your people. We know we gonna try to stop the sin, and so turn around and face your children, Yahweh. To you I pray, I pray. Silak lanu, silak lanu, silak lanu. 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 So please take us back, my merciful Father. We know you turn your back on all the evil by your people. We know we gonna try to stop the sin, and so turn around and face your children, Yahweh. To you I pray, I pray. We went to the market of religion. Our culture, we left in derision. Cursed by our Father. Our loyalty, it seems we have lost her. Look where we are now. We let our guard down. Oh yeah, please save me. Been put in slavery, slavery, slavery. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Children of darkness versus children of light. Sons of the Most High versus the adversarial spirits. Where do your spirit lie? Where do you lie? This is the time for you to do great introspection. Introspection into your heart, into your soul, to find out where you stand. Are you for the Most High, or are you against Him? We open up with our reader reading from Isaiah, the 30th chapter, where it says these words.
For it is a rebellious people, lying children, children that refuse to hear the teaching of Yah, that say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophecy, delusions. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
That's what we are doing. Many of our people today are asking that the Holy One of Israel cease from amongst us. We tell ourselves, and we look at many of our speakers, and we tell them to speak smooth things. Tell us lies because we want to hear the lies, because we want to keep going after what they say, the American dream. We don't want to hear the truth because they say the truth hurts, but the truth also sets you free. But the question is, can you handle the truth? Can you look yourself in a mirror and identify all the faults that you have? All the things that you are doing that's leading the next generation astray. Can you see it within your soul? Are you willing to make the change? The change for the better. The change that's going to help us grow as a people. I ask you today to look within your soul. But I ask you, this is just not an opportunity for you to just listen. But we need courage to speak the truth. We need courage as men of Elohim, as sons. Sometimes we need courage to apply the will of Yah. Amen. So I'm asking you, all you who stand here today who represent the sons of light, to help me as we go through various slides and so on. I need your participation. Because what it says is that with every generation, there is a force that's out there that is trying to let us lose or move further from Yah rather than closer to Yah. Can you feel it? Can you see it? There's been a lingering question within my heart for years. And I've been asking myself a simple question. Is my generation have we moved closer to the Most High than my father's generation? Or have we gone further away from Him?
Real question.
Think about it. We hear about the great Cohen Levy. We know about the great leaders of yesterday. We hear about Rabbi Matthew, Rabbi Yeshurun. But now the ball is in our court. Are we closer or are we further away? Are we closer to salvation or are we further away from salvation? What seeds are we planting in the minds of the children to ensure that they carry this to the next level? You heard them read Hebrew beautifully. Many of us at that age, we were reading Hebrew. But is that all? What about the application? Think about how you can improve yourself. Think about it. We look and we can see many of the things that we're about to go through. Look at this. As it refers, it says, children of light. They playing. Children of darkness. Look at that. Shooting, smoking drugs and cigarettes. When you was a young man, I know when I was young, I grew up playing a lot of games, basketball, football. I didn't have to worry about nobody shooting me. The only shot I took was with a basketball. I wasn't even worried about that. But think about what they're living in today. They got to worry about guns and violence and all those things. Go to the next slide, Tamshi. Now, when I want you to encourage me, I want you to say as a community, show the love, speak the truth. Because I got to hear the truth. Y'all want to hear the truth? Or y'all want to hear smooth things? So let's hear you say it. Say, show the love. Speak the truth. Show the love. Speak the truth. Tamshi. Now, look at the way we dressing. I want you to look at the side of the darkness and be true to yourself. Now, we have people sagging. We got cleavage showing and tight, and I'm going to say it because I got to speak the truth. You ask for the truth. You can wear a long skirt, but if it's tight fitting and short, that don't mean you're wearing culture. You can have all that cultural African garments. I saw a girl, she had African garments on, but she had a split up to here. A split up to here. Is that culture? Is that light or darkness? Now you have to understand, every time you wear something and you speak something, guess who's observing you? Everybody, the Most High, but then the children are looking as well. They're going to imitate. They're going to either go closer to the Most High or further away. Both is progress. You can progress to Yah or you can progress to the adversary. Both is progress. Both is progress. So the way we dress, we either dressing to represent the light or to represent the darkness. When our teachers told us to put on culture, it was for a reason, so that we can stand out. Are we afraid to stand out? Are we afraid to be the light? Show the love. Show the love. Are we afraid to show the light? No, we're not afraid. So therefore, we got to be willing to be different. But you can't say, oh, I'm my own man. Because you represent every one of us in here. That's right. You can't say you grown. I could do as I please, but you still a Hebrew. That's right. You still an Israelite. Yeah. So you represent us. If you dress like the adversary, that means, and then you say you Israel, you represent the darkness. What light you shine and how you represent the Most High. It takes courage. That's right. So move. Show the love. Speak the what? Tamshi. Look at this. These are our role models for our children. That's why they coming and they attacking us through music, through everything. They want to be the next great artist. Now you know how he made a fool of himself. And many of them are the same way. They're making fools of themselves, and then if our children are looking at it, guess what our children are becoming? Nothing but fools. And guess what the adversaries of the Most High are saying? Yes, we still got them. Because they realize that the future is doomed when they see who our role models are. When they see the role models, they saying the future is doomed for them. We still got them where we had them in captivity. But now, we have our beautiful drummers. Don't care where you come from, what country you come from. I look at you and I say you can play music. And even if it's not, it may be vocalists. Like the musicians that was here today. How many times we play that music in our homes, in our cars, in the hearings of our children? Are they listening more to the artists like this rather than the artists of Yah? Is holy music only Shabbat music? Because sometimes you look around and say, oh, that's Shabbat music. Don't play the Shabbat music during the week. So what you supposed to play? Hell music? You tell me. If you represent light, you bring it in the minds of the children from young. I'm standing to represent Yah in everything that I do, even in the music. But it takes courage. So we got to do what? Show the love, speak the truth. Next. Marriage. If we look and we can see, we see beautiful. On the other side in the darkness, what we see? 2 women getting married. 2 men getting married. This is 2 women. That's a man and a woman. But more importantly than that, If our children, now not saying, if our children look and surround amongst all you beautiful places, y'all faces, y'all look beautiful. But if they look and see so many of our marriages ended in divorce, what example are we saying for them? You think about it. They're gonna say, I don't want to get married. And when they don't want to get married, guess what they're gonna look for? The same sex, because they're gonna go around saying, men are dogs, women are you know what. So they say, it's best I stay with my own. But that's representing darkness. But the dark has come in and overtaken the light. But can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you promote happy homes? Can you prevent arguments for the children to hear? I could tell the truth, and Yah's my witness. Growing up, my father and mother prevented me from seeing them argue. They had, now as I got older, I saw them, I heard them, I understood it, but I didn't know mommy and daddy used to argue. I didn't know they used to argue. Now mommy cursing daddy out, daddy cursing mommy out in the hearing of the children. But is it the truth? Am I speaking the truth? That's the reality, but sometimes we don't want to face it because it applies to us. It applies to us, so we can't look in it. We don't want to look in a mirror. How can we better our relationships one with another? That's not only a good example for you, but you also setting it for the children. To let them know marriage is beautiful. Especially marriage under Yah. Especially marriage based on the foundation of Yah. Amen. Not on how good he looked, not how much money he had in, but because he or she loved the Most High. Amen. That's the foundation of the light marriage. But darkness, oh, she pleases me. Hell. Speak the truth, show the love. Go on. Now, transition, transformation. I don't even want to speak about darkness. Y'all can see the image tells 1,000 words. Look at it. It's a shame. I'm looking at the light. We can transform from this to this. But what makes sense? What sense it make if we go back to that? As soon as Shabbat is over, we back to that. So we put on our costumes for Shabbat. You heard it all the time. But then 6 days a week, we move in like that. And not just, it goes worse. Because eventually, you end up naked. Because that's the ultimate aim, for us to be naked like we came off the ships. But can you see it? Can you feel it? We gotta be strong, promote culture. We have a variety, but what I'm saying is, try to dress modest. Try to dress with respect. Don't follow the trends of the adversarial spirit that's trying to control every one of our minds. But you gotta, it takes courage. You can't be ashamed of it. I know we have 9 to 5s. We put on a costume to go to work. And we put back on our culture when we're not at work. You can't tell me how to dress when I'm not at work as my slave, as the slave driver or the employer. Speak the truth, show the love. Here, education. Our sister Tahila, beautiful. Harvard School and so many others been promoting it. But every day our children is going to the dark places where the wolves are. They fighting each other, fighting to survive. We've been talking about it for years. Some have started it. We gotta get our own schools. So that we can begin to influence the minds of the children. So that we can begin to help them grow and mold them into the leaders of tomorrow. We can tell them to be like Rabbi Matthews, Cohen Mikhail, Cohen Levy, Cohen, let's think of all the great leaders. And I could think internationally, Cohen Eliyahu, Cohen Obadiah, Nasik Emmanuel, Saul Aharon. We could tell them to be like that. And so many of the other great speakers and leaders that's in this room, Chief of Chief. them to be that. I want you to feel me. Not this fighting. How many of you went to school and every day it was a fight, or you had to run for your own protection because people were out there to kill you? This is what they're facing. As a teacher, many times you're afraid of the students. Because if you tell them the wrong thing, you're at risk. They want you. We got to change that. Go on, Tamshi. Now, we have beautiful Rabbi Matthews. It says, and this devilish worship here. We know this is the light. Mishare Yaakov was blowing the shofar. He was blowing it. How many people can blow it? How many of us are teaching it to the children? That's our culture. But many times, they teaching us in school to kiss, you know who, his feet. They talking to us about communion. All of this is the ways of darkness. Tamshi. Now, lastly we see about trust. Trust. Do you trust your spouse? Do you trust your spouse? How much do you trust them? Now, you see what she's doing, right? She's peeping into his cell phone to see what he's typing, because in her mind she's saying, I don't trust that brother. She's out there, she's saying that. But what about relationships that's based on trust and love? Where they supporting each other. This is the light. This is the darkness. It is the darkness. I don't want you to think that I'm in any way trying to beat you down. But there is hope. There is hope. But we got to be not afraid of change, but willing to make change. Are you willing to make the changes that is necessary to be better servants of the Most High? Are you willing to make the changes to promote life and not death? To inherit the blessing and not the curse? Are you willing to make the changes necessary to be a positive role model for the next generation? Or are you going to say, let them deal with that? How are you willing to make the changes? They say our people are afraid of change. We're not afraid of change because we change phones, we change styles all the time. Or are we willing, or do we have the courage to make the change for the positive? Now I'm going to close out by saying this. If you dwell in hell for a long time, you begin to fool your mind to think that heaven is unattainable. You begin to convince yourself that hell is heaven. You begin to deceive yourself to believe that America, Guyana, is the Holy Land. Because you telling yourself, I can't do nothing better. I gotta accept it. This is the land of our captivity. This is the land that the main administrators and advocates of this society is to promote an anti-Yah social system. An anti-Yah, let's get anti, against the Most High social system. That's the ultimate gain, the ultimate objective. So we got to begin to liberate ourselves. Liberate ourselves from the social system that is teaching us to inherit the curse and not the blessing. It is teaching us to inherit the curse and not the blessing. But you may say, I could handle the curse, but can your children handle it? Can they handle it? Can the next generation handle what is to come? We don't even know what's coming, but we know Judgment Day is at hand. How are we preparing them for that? May the Most High lead our spirits. May we have courage to stand up for Yah. But I have something to ask you in praising the Creator. In praising the Creator. A simple task. Are you the children of light? Yeah. 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 Stand up. Are you the children of light? Yeah. Let your light shine. Are you the children of light? Yeah. Are you the children of light? Yeah. Speak to show the love. Show the love. Show the love. Not loud enough. Are you the children of light? Yeah. Are you the children of light? Yeah. Show the love. Show the love. Show the love. Hallelujah. 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 Yakai. 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 Where y'all live? Where y'all live? Where y'all live? Hallelujah. Shivuna. Praise the Most High always. Baruch haba. Hold on, man. Y'all bless you always. Hold on.
Hallelujah. Once again, giving praise and honor to Yah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, and thanking him for the words that came from Moreh Hadiah this day, and asking that the Most High will continue to bless him, continue to shield him, protect him, as he continues to protect and shield everyone else that is here this day. And I neglected to say something earlier, because I was born in New York, but I was instructed to say welcome to Charlotte. I think I come here too much, that's probably what the reason is. But welcome to Charlotte, welcome to the Hebrew family, the Hashaba Hebrew family of Charlotte. They welcome you, they thank you, and they appreciate everyone that came from near and far to come here on this day in order to gather before the Most High, to give Yah his praise, and to give Yah the worship that is due to him, even though that collectively we still cannot amount to the amount of worship that he should receive. But we're going to do the best that we can to worship him on this day. And this particular congregation is led by Sar Aharon Belewi, who likes to sit in the back and relax himself. And we know collectively the family is led by Kohen Mikael Belewi. And as we give praise to Yah, because Yah puts people among us in order to get his word across, in order to mold us to be the people that we are. So today you may hear a lot of younger speakers, but we were all taught by the generation that was before us, that put everything within us in order to make us the people that we are this day. And it's the responsibility of those of us that are in this generation. Some don't like to admit that they're 40 years old and above at this time. But, you know, those that were 40 and above, when a lot of us came in, or a lot of us actually got the zeal to serve the Most High, in our teenage years were taught by those in their 40s. So therefore, those in our 40s have to put the same zeal and strength into the teenagers today. If we received from our teachers, we have to put within the next generation. So we have to give credit to Yah for the words that came to us, for people such as Chief of Chiefs, Chief Naftali, who's sitting here today. The words that came from Seven Yaakov. And he may not want to say that he's in the older generation now, but we got Rabbi Shalom in the house. And his cousin may not want to be in that next generation, but Rabbi Baruch is in the house today. And I don't know if he's going to admit to what generation he's in. We got Seren Ezra in the house. And I neglected to name one city earlier, but Philadelphia is in the building. You're from New York, you moved to Virginia. Oh, you were late, I said Atlanta earlier. Now speaking about being late, we have to make this announcement again. There is no live streaming on Facebook. So those that came late didn't get the message. So you may see some posts by people in Atlanta and New York that posted on Facebook, but they did not get the message. But there's no Facebook live streaming. You can take your photos, your videos, and your phone and everything like that, but there's no live streaming today. So if you have it still up, just stop it, go back and delete it, including you, Rob, so we're done. And so we can get everything going. But once again, getting back, because we want to show respect to the teachers that taught us, because once again, they were our age. When I came in, Principal was basically around my age when he taught me, and I was in my teenage years. So once again, those of us that are in our 40s have to put what we can into the teenagers and show them the way and the path that they should walk in the sight of the Most High. So once again, you're gonna hear a lot of the younger teachers this day. Not young, but younger teachers this day. So the next teacher that will be coming up this day is going to be one that traveled from New York, ended up in Charlotte, probably a couple of other cities along the way. So before I continue, this Crown Prince has reached out to step back, so I have to give him his credit as one of my teachers, and teacher of many of us that are here this day. But now speaking about the next teacher that's coming up, that travels from city to city to listen to various messages, and he's molded himself to become a good, strong person. And some of this stuff is scripted, but he's molded himself to be a good, strong person in service to the Most High. So at this time, we call up to the stage Sha'altiel Ben Ube. It was intro music.
Oh, give thanks unto Yah, for he is good. Oh, give thanks unto the God of gods. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord of lords, for his mercy endureth forever. Hallelujah. 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 It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be here before you. I bid you all Shabbat Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. To our leaders, our elders, men, women, and children, y'all looking good, y'all looking good. They called me up here today to speak to the youth, and that's what I intend to do. I'm not gonna be long. My message is very simple. My message is very simple. But before we do so, I've learned from a wise man that it's good to get the crowd involved, get everybody involved. So I need y'all to stand up again. And we're gonna chant a mantra. And this is one that I got from Saw Naaman from Virginia. And repeat after me. Most high, most powerful, creator of all things. You created me, you created us, and you created more things. I exist in your power, and you help me to understand that because you are is the reason I am. And I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. Amen. Yes. God is good. You may be seated. God is great. God is powerful. The Most High is our rock and our redeemer, our provider and our king, our healer, even if you got a cane. People looking at me because I walk around with a cane now. 30-something years old, they like, you too young to have a cane. Doctor told me at 13, if you keep playing sports, you ain't gonna be able to walk when you're old. I didn't listen to the doctor. So there goes to the first word of wisdom. What is the definition of wisdom? The application of knowledge. So we all could be wise if you have knowledge, right? It's just knowing how to apply that knowledge. So, my message to the children today, because I told them, I said, it's easy to get to the children. You just got to know how to relate, how to speak to them. You got to talk to them with words and terms that they understand. So my message for them, this right here is my swag. Lift up your Tanakhs, y'all. Lift up your Tanakhs. Why are you lifting it up? Because you know that this is the key to life. You know this is the key to success. You know this is the key to prosperity. So, if you have wisdom, you apply knowledge. And the knowledge that we're going to apply is doing this Torah. So if you can turn with me to Deuteronomy chapter 29. They went over chapter 30 this morning, but 29 comes before 30. So we're going to pick it up in Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 9. We're not going to read the whole thing, just enough for you to understand that this right here is your swag for the children. And when you rock your culture, you set yourself apart. I had a little rhyme that I wrote about that, but I ain't gonna go in there right now. Because then y'all gonna talk about me and compare me to Naphtali Yirmiyahu, and that's my twin, but we have our thing. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 9, hallelujah.
Ye are standing this day, all of you, before Yehovah your power, your heads, your tribes, your elders, and your officers, even all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy strangers that is in the midst of thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water, that thou shouldest enter into the covenant of Yehovah thy power.
Okay. Tamshi.
And into his oath, which Yehovah thy power maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee this day unto himself for a people, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he spoke unto thee, and as he swore to thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath,
okay,
but with him that standeth here with us this day before your our power.
Amen.
And also with him that is not here with us this day.
Sleek out. We're going to stop it right there. Because we identify ourselves as the nation of Israel, correct? We identify ourselves with the people in this Torah, correct? Then this message is for us. For us that's here, for us that's on Facebook trying to watch it live but they can't, for us that's in other various parts of the country that couldn't make it to here today. This message is for all of us. And the message is very simple. It is a struggle to be righteous, but it's easy to be wicked. Right? But now, if I'm here to speak to the children and try to help them stay in this way, I have to remind myself that children are a product of their environment, whether it's their immediate household or whether it's the greater community. Right. So that child, whether the teenagers or not, are going to pick up habits. Right. They're going to pick up lessons, verbiage, technology, whatever it is that goes on and that they see. They're going to absorb it and they're going to act on it. Right. So, as the larger community, it takes a village to raise a child, right? So we all have a responsibility. The one in their household have a responsibility, and then we have a responsibility to maintain those lessons that are taught at the home, which all encompasses around Torah, correct? Because we are Torah-minded people. So my message is, for the youth, do not hold back. Do not hold your spirit back. Don't let nobody control that spirit. We come here on Shabbat to praise and worship. We come here to exalt the Creator by any means that you know how to do it. Do not let anyone control that for you. Parents have to understand You have to give your child rope and let them hang themselves, or else they're never gonna learn. Sometimes people learn from other people's mistakes. A lot of times people learn from their own mistakes. We just have to be mindful as a village that we all are held responsible. So that brings me to my next point. Hashtag divine intervention. Have y'all seen that hashtag? Divine intervention. It's on Facebook by our very own Rob Zuridan and a few other brothers who have come up with an idea. The new Goshen. Have y'all heard about the Goshen? This is the 2017 Goshen. See, we read this tonight, week after week, and we read about Goshen in Egypt in whatever year AD. Then we read about our Exodus in whatever year AD. And that's history. That's all well and good. We have a lot of modern history now because we've been free from slavery here, right or wrong. We have a lot of elders in here that witnessed slavery in this country, right or wrong. Their parents. So now that we're on a new time, there was a revolution in the 50s and 60s, am I correct? And it seems like there's another revolution happening now. Do y'all see the movement? Do you see the movement? Whether it's all Black Lives Matter or Black Lives Matter or all lives matter, the movement is people are coming together. The children of the Most High are waking up and coming together. So, we gotta understand the movement and put your foot towards it if you are about it. Now, a lot of people are not gonna be about it. If you've seen the post, you see a lot of people have their opinions on what they feel about the new Goshen. But what I like about the new Goshen is it can create an avenue to keep our children safe so that we don't have to worry about them being out in the streets. We don't have to have these talks of our children are being lost to the outside world if we have our Goshen. Why is that? Children and teenagers, they usually only want one or two things, a lot of fun and money. It's really all they want, right? And I have to give credit where credit is due because down in Georgia we have a few brothers that have their own business. I think it's called Iron Lion Judah. Iron Lion Judah by Maury Itamar. What they did was created their own business where they can generate funds for themselves, but then they took the younger boys, Shematia, Yehu, Sha'u, stand up, Eliel. All of these boys, if they're in the building, stand up. From the time that they finished high school, started working with Iron Lion Judah. So Iron Lion Judah created an avenue to keep the teenagers away from the streets. They could still make money and still cultivate their minds on our swag. You understand? I had that opportunity. Coming up in high school, I was one of the lucky ones to be blessed with a drum at 8 years old, and then my brother Kumlia came and asked my emo if we can go and take the drums outside. She was hesitant. Long story short, y'all all know the drummers on the train right now. This started back 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And it created an avenue for me and my cousin Johannes to create money where our peers were selling drugs. And we would come to school with $50 of ones. And everybody thought we was selling drugs. They thought we was balling. I pulled out the rubber band knot, like, yeah, I got all this $50 in ones. But I thought I was the man. It created an avenue to where now we hanging around each other, brothers with brothers. And don't get me wrong, you're gonna see some negative things happen. This is part of life. It's a part of growth. You never gonna, if you don't experience negativity, you don't know what positivity is, right? You don't know what being better is. So with all of that being said, creating an avenue for these teenagers to continue to generate funds, to be around each other, and to continue to activate and apply this knowledge and the wisdom. So, hashtag divine intervention. The brother spoke about 40 years. The Rabbi Benjamin spoke about the generations and 40 years ago. And all I remember when I was growing up, listening to the late great Kohen Hagadol Levi Ben Yisrael, he used to always speak. And when he spoke, I promise you, I thought we was going to the land tomorrow. I thought we was gonna make it home. And then 10 years went by. Then we ended up in Beni Adat. Then we ended up in Quahal. Then we ended up in Charlotte. Now in Guyana and Florida, and we just growing and growing and growing. And I'm like, what is the purpose of all this? We talk unity, we want to say community, but it seems like people are afraid to make sacrifices. Hashtag divine intervention. He also wrote on his post that it was, correct me, Rabbi, it was during last week, Rob Zoridan said he realized that somebody else had the same vision to start a community in Long Island, right?
Chief Rabbi Matthews.
Chief Rabbi Matthews had the same vision. How many years ago was that?
Circa 1950 something.
1950 something. Over 50 years. Hashtag divine intervention. It's happening now, y'all. The movement is happening right now, whether you want to be a part of it or not. The movement is happening. And our children will be a part of that movement because we are creating avenues to keep them that want to be around us. Why? Because we can feed them a little cash. They think they can ball with $50, right? So that's basically my message. I want to bring up Adon Rob Zoridan so that he can speak to you all for a little while about hashtag divine intervention. Hallelujah.
There is but one God. Say amen. There is no middleman. Say amen. He has no sidekick. Say amen. And we're happy to have him in our life. I know he want me to talk about something, but I'm going to talk about something else. Because I think he spoke on it enough. But I'm talking to the younger brothers, but not the young brothers, but the younger brothers, like my age, that didn't hit 40 yet. I'm close, but not there. I remember one time my father, Maury Michael, right? He a great man to me, right? And he was in service. I'm not emotional, I'm gonna hold it together. And he was in service, and he was talking about his friends, because he's old now. He said, my friends are dying. Y'all don't hear me. His friends that dedicated their life to the upliftment of the people. His friends are dying. Y'all don't hear me. The elders are dying. The people who spent the whole good years of their life neglecting their children even to try to bring us to another place. Y'all with me? Yes, sir. And they're getting old and they dying. Now will we let their life work be in vain? No. Will we let their life work be in vain? No. It's not even fair. It's a disgrace. It's dishonorable. You see? Because these are our parents. And you know if your parents love you, they want you to do good, right? So the best thing that you could do is bring about their vision. You hear me? The best thing you could do for them is make it so their life work wasn't in vain. It's bigger than Rob. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than all of us. I'm not emotional, I'm gonna hold it together. It's bigger than all of us. You understand me? It comes a point where our individuality, our own desires, our own goals have to become secondary. Y'all don't want to clap for that? Yes, sir. It has to be secondary. How many elders died talking about a school? That's a shame. We have teachers in this room right now. If you could pay your cable, you could pay tuition. Come on now. We have to focus, man. I'm not here to try to sell Goshen. I'm not here to try to sell Goshen. I'm here to motivate you to do and fulfill the work of our predecessors.
Right. Come on.
You don't have to do it with me.
That's right.
You see the sister, she got the babies there reading. Sound better than some adults on Shabbat service. You see? We have to fulfill it. So whether you were with groups talking about community, then build community. If you were with groups talking about business, build businesses. If you were with groups talking about banking, we don't need all preachers. Come on, man. Somebody should be saying amen. We don't need no more teachers.
That's right.
We got rooms for the scholars. Oh, glory to the Most High.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise Yah. Thanking Sha'altiel for the message that he brought this day. Thanking Rav Zuridan for the message that he brought this day as well. And we do ask that Yah, the Creator, would be with them and any endeavors that anybody has, any ideas that anybody has, in order to propel this nation forward.
That's right.
That he will bless the ideas that come to our minds and bless the works of our hands as we attempt to move forward. But along with that, making sure that we always remember him in everything that we do. Because all of our endeavors is for him, for Yah alone. Not just specifically for the nation of Israel. We are just one of many nations upon the face of this earth.
That's right.
We're his favorite.
That's what he said.
We're special to him.
That's what he said.
But we're not the only ones. So we always have to make sure that Yah is first in everything. Which means we have to keep his Torah. Which means that obedience comes before anything else. So everything that we do, we have to make sure that we include Yah within it. And we ask that he will bless the works of our hands as we do so. Amen. So as we continue on, because as you can see, you're gonna hear once again a lot of what they will call the next generation speakers, because we acknowledge and we saw and we heard the works of those that went before us. But at this time, there's a lot of work that has to be done, and the youth have to give their strength to Yah while they have the power within their hands to do so. So we ask that the Most High will continue to strengthen us as we move forward. So switching gears just a little bit. I met, just to mention some of the people that went before us. I met a great teacher before he passed away, as we're gonna call up the next speaker. Moreh Elisha ben Israel. And being able to acknowledge the work that he put within his community. Where I went to Cincinnati and the city knew who he was.
Right.
Whether they agree with his teachings or not, the city knew who he was. So whatever city that we come from, we have to have that same impact upon the people. That they at least know the nation of Israel, and beyond that they know who Yah is. Whether they agree with the teaching or not. And as a result of that, he was able to propel and bring forth many teachers. I see Moreh Yehoshua is in the building this day. Him and his twin brother, which they argue about who came out first, continue the mission of Moreh Elisha. Also in Cincinnati, you have Moreh Don. Continue to put forth the work and the effort. And in the building, I see Moreh Mordecai in the building. And as we're switching gears, because it's not always about men bringing forth the word. In Cincinnati, you have Moreh Hilkiah bringing forth the word as well. Switching back to Philadelphia, I see Rabbi Bowen in the building bringing forth the word. She continues to bring forth the word. And there are many women in her congregation that continue to bring forth the word. So the next person that will come up to speak this day will be Maya from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. I want to talk to you all today, especially to the youth, about some things that concern me with our use of social media. Next slide. So we're going to get down into what exactly is social media for the people in the back. The social part often refers to the interaction with other people by sharing information with them as well as retrieving information from DMing pictures, videos, text messages. That's how we share the information. The media is just the outlet. Next slide, please. So basically, it's just web-based platforms to share information, you know, to gossip, to talk, get the latest news, share a funny video, your baby dancing, anything really. Next slide, please. The first social media started in the late 1990s with 6 Degrees and MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter coming in the early 2000s. Next slide, please. So we're going to get down to how many youth actually use social media. A study has shown that 71% of our youth use more than one form of social media. Me personally, I use Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, I use it. I know pretty much all of you all use a couple too. Next slide, please. So we're going to talk about some good things about social media, because it's not all bad. You have to put yourself on social media in a good way. You always supposed to look good. It's in scriptures that your reputation is everything. How people perceive you is how people are going to treat you. If you're on social media with your clothes off, people are going to think that's your life. If you're on social media looking like how we are today, we will receive a lot of respect from our community. Am I right? Yes. So what do you think about a young lady that doesn't have on any clothes on Facebook? You don't think she's going to want to come serve y'all? Would you want to bring her to your father's house and say, hey, this is my wife? Or your parents going to say, get out? My mom would. Proverbs 22:1 states, a good name is more desired than great wealth. Favor is better than silver and gold. I know a lot of people that have favor, but they aren't all that. And we got to think too, what do we favor? Because you can favor something that's not righteous. You can favor a shirt, but it's not 100%.
That's right.
Next slide, please. Number 2. Social media can bring together people that are interested in the same things that you are. I met a lot of people that serve y'all through social media. You'll find all kind of groups on Facebook that are beneficial to our community. Israelite cooking groups. They share clean recipes, organic, whatever. We got growing groups where sisters show off, hey, look how big my elephant ears grew. Or my apples and oranges, they grew this big this season. It's all about what you want to put on there. You don't have to put negativity on there all the time. Right. You can start a group, say, hey, praise Yah, or have a post. Everybody share it, praise Yah. People think, hey, who is Yah? I had so many people call me on Facebook. I don't even know these people. They calling me, not inboxing. They say, who is Yah? I want to know about Yah. That's right. Make y'all popping on Facebook. Make y'all popping on Facebook.
That's right.
Next slide, please. 3, like I said before, ability to educate others in a different way. You can educate people on so many different things, but the topic is today the youth. What do we teach the youth on social media? Do we teach them, oh, share this fight video, or do we teach them to report it? Are we monitoring their use on social media?
No.
Are we? I hear a lot of no's. I don't think we all do. I have so many youth on Snapchat sharing me videos, inappropriate videos, people I never met before, sharing so much personal information. Personal. I never met you, but I know what school you go to. I know where you live. Turn your location off. Teach your children how to properly use social media. Next slide, please. Another pro, and this is my final pro I'm going to talk about today of using social media, is to try to make a positive impact on other people. We all know that we have all these different storms, especially on this side of the country. We have different storms, tornadoes, different disasters. This is the law. We have to help our brothers and sisters. So if we use social media, GoFundMe, Twitter, Facebook. Facebook now lets you raise money for other people. We can start feeding and clothing our people through social media.
That's right.
As many people use social media every day, everybody in this room can't donate $1
That's right.
to feed a brother in this room and his family that's hungry.
That's right.
We won't know unless we speak out on social media, the platform that so much negative things are on about our people. We can turn that around.
That's right. That's right.
Next slide, please. Now we're going to get into the cons of the social media, which I think everybody in this room pretty much knows already. Posting inappropriate statuses or pictures. I've seen someone get raped on Facebook Live. I seen someone this past week, I seen someone beat their mom on a bus or a train. Beating their mom. I've seen an Israelite brother stop a fight on Facebook. Praise y'all for that. That went viral. And he told them brothers, you don't gotta do like that. Look at them people, they still laughing. They think it's funny. They not your friends. See, your real friends, they not gonna let you put anything on social media. They gonna say, hey sister, you don't need to be talking like that. You don't need to call that sister no B word. But if they promote it, they ain't your friend. Next slide, please. Now, 2, to sharing the personal information. People share their their personal information on Facebook, Twitter, social media. They have to where they'll accept on the phone. They'll say, do you accept that this app uses your location? And trust me, it uses your location. One time I got caught in a lie. I tried to not go over to my friend's house. She said, where you at? I said, I'm on my way home, She said, no, you're by my house. I said, no, I'm not. She said, Facebook told me that you were near here. They said, your friend Maya is near your house. You see? Personal information, it tells exactly where y'all, she knew what street I was on. I'm telling you, it's so many cases on Facebook to where people are sexually assaulted from sharing their personal information because the person knew that they were going to be there. Now, I catch Ubers. Now, I wouldn't think that something bad happened to Uber. It's women online that say they're being stalked by an Uber driver. Just because they know their information, they know their address, they know their name, they got their picture. So many women, and just imagine all those women in D.C. that's missing. How you think they found out that information? Probably Facebook. They know where you're going to be at. You check in. So I know some people get to a hotel, they say, I'm checked in at the Hilton Gardens. Nobody would have knew you were there unless you ain't tell them on Facebook. You tell everything. Nobody ever would know. You could say you're in Canada somewhere. Next slide, please. Gossiping and spreading rumors. How many people seen a rumor on Facebook about a celebrity or about somebody that you know? Raise your hands. That wasn't enough hands. I know y'all lying. Because I see it every day. It doesn't matter how much removing you do, how much blocking, how much reporting, you're going to see it. And it just depends on what you do about it. You can block, remove, delete. You're going to see it. It's propaganda. One time, actually my mom knows, it's so funny. It's a website. I forget the name of it. But you can actually type in a person's name, their address will pop up. Whatever addresses they've rented before or lived is there. Phone number is there. Everything. We were talking about my grandma, about how much she loved apple cider vinegar. How she think it's gonna save the world. Soon as we pulled up her name, at the bottom of the screen, it was an ad for apple cider vinegar. That's how I knew my phone was listening to me. You ever talk about something like, I talked about something, I said, man, I need some fringes. As soon as I get on Facebook, it says, suggested ad for you, fringes. I was like, wow, this social media is something else. That's why I asked for all those different permissions. Hey, do you approve this app to use your camera? Does it approve to use your microphone? It can cut on your microphone at any time. It can cut on your front camera at any time. They want to because you gave them permission. That's why they always say, did you check the terms and conditions? We just press OK because we don't want to read it. I know I do. But it's really important to read those things because you can be getting spied on through your phone, through social media. Next slide. Oh, to get more into the gossiping, I need to touch more on that. Sisters and brothers, please stop sharing negative information about family, friends, or people you dislike on social media. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. We need to start debating our cause with our neighbors. We need to start picking up the phone and saying, hey, brother, you offended me in this way. Or hey, sister, I don't agree with what you shared on Facebook. We don't need to say, oh, well, I'm going to make a shady post too. That's childish. And we need to start changing that. We need to start changing that. Just because you called out someone on Facebook does not make you brave. It does not make you bold. It makes you a bigger person to speak to that person face to face. The greatest debates have no audiences. The greatest debates have no audiences. You don't need, if you feel like you need a mediator, get a mediator. But let that conversation be among you all. You don't come out of a meeting and say, oh, they done screwed me over and you put it on Facebook. Don't do that. That's tasteless. We need to start addressing people face to face. And if you can't, get on the phone. That's what they are for. As much energy you will take into making a nasty, negative post about somebody is as much energy you can put into building it. Building. Into mending the issues. Because when you put something on social media, now I've done it before, got mad at my brother, oh, I hate you. Put on Facebook. I looked at that later. It came up in my, what's that called? Do you remember this day? And I was like, I don't remember why I said it, but I just hugged him. Like, I don't feel that way. You need to start thinking before you start speaking. Stop sharing so much stuff, because even if you share or commented, you're just a part of it too. If you're not actively saying, hey, sister, brother, take this down, you're just a bigger part of it than the person that made the post. Next slide. Studies have shown that teens connect via mobile. Everybody texts. I text all my friends. I don't really call. I call few on the phone, but we always texting all the time. We even got group texts. I had to stop a couple of those because even in the group text messages, it don't matter if it's people from Bible class, it don't matter if it's people from work. You play them on Xbox Live on the group, gossip, lies, inappropriate conversation. It seemed like it always come up in Israel.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's just everywhere, but it's all about whether who's gonna say, hey, this ain't right. This wrong. It just takes one person.
That's right.
And then everybody be like, well, this ain't really right. According to a new Pew survey conducted during 2014-2015, 94% of teens who go online using a social media device exit the disclaimer icon to do so daily. That means they do it every day. They are on Facebook every day. Don't think, oh, I just get up. No, they do. They're on it in school. Parents, it's not every day and time you can monitor that use. It's not. It's all about teaching them, hey, this is how the world will perceive you when they see your first and last name, especially Israel. I can't even imagine how many nasty and disgusting things I've seen on Facebook coming from someone with the last name Israel. Israel. I see our people tear each other down on Facebook every day. Every day. It doesn't matter if the person is Christian, Muslim, whoever. You're not supposed to treat your brother like that. Because if you serve Yah, you know that that's your brother. And you know that you're not supposed to be talking to sisters in that kind of way. I don't know how many different kind of names I've been called for correcting people humbly. And I don't say anything else. I just block them, remove them, or unfollow them. I don't take it personally. That's the number one thing you need to do. Do not take it personally, because it's not personal. It's just social media. It's social media. It's real life on there, but sometimes it's just talking through the screen. It's just talking through the screen. A person could say, praise Yah, right now on Facebook. Sit the phone down and light up a pipe of crack. It's just that easy. That's real. Just that easy. You can sit down on phones. You will say on Facebook, oh, I love my wife, and you can sit it down and slap her. Another thing, we have to be real. We have to be positive, but you have to be real. Don't lie now. Don't lie, because I've seen some people Facebook page like, oh, they're a nice person. You meet them like, oh, that sister got a nasty spirit. Who you trying to fool? Not me or y'all, but that's personal for them. Next slide. This is how I protect myself on social media. Next slide. Never put interpersonal information online about yourself or anybody else. Now, if I'm happy for a brother that they got a new car, I'm going to text them or call them, hey, praise Yah, I heard about your blessing, hallelujah. I'm not going to go to that person's house and take a picture of the car and put it on Facebook. Then next week they calling me, sister, ain't nobody knew I had this car but you, and now it's stolen. That's just the truth. Don't put interpersonal information on Facebook. You don't have to put every meal that you have on Facebook. You don't have to put everything that your husband buy you on Facebook, because he did it for you. He didn't do it for Facebook. Next slide. Always post scriptures and uplifting information for your friends to see, family, and just to lift up yourself. If you can go down your Facebook wall and you can after that have a good day, you know that you're representing yourself well. Next slide. Always seek positive knowledge on Facebook. Always search for something that's positive on Facebook. Right. Don't let it just fall into your hands. You have to go seek it. Because if you don't, it won't pop up. Next slide. Refrain from sharing negative content, because that's just going to pollute your what? News feed. It's news to other people what you're doing today. How are you feeling today? That's what Facebook asks you. Share positive things. If you're feeling negative, set the phone down. Pick up your scripts. Next slide. Unfriend, block, and unfollow. These are methods that I use every day frequently. I unfollow my own family. I block my own family on Facebook. That's self-explanatory. Next slide. Don't allow other people to include you in negative content. Always changing your settings. If someone is able to tag you and put it on your timeline, press no. They will have you in a rap video tag, and you will say praise Yah, and right up under it, somebody twerking. So please don't allow people to put you in negative things on Facebook. Next slide. Always correct your loved ones for negative things that they are doing, because it not only helps you, it helps them, and it helps Yah get to their heart better.
Amen. Amen.
That's pretty much self-explanatory in itself as well. But thank you, family, for allowing me to show you how to use social media effectively. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Give a praise once again to Yah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Thanking him for our lives, giving us strength for good health this day, and the messages that were brought forth. And I hope that everybody paid attention to that last message, because a lot of us in here use social media, but we have to use it in a positive manner because we're supposed to be a positive people. So hopefully that message was taken in by everybody that is here that uses social media. And since people were plugging people, I'll plug Chief Uziel, who's in the building this day, who uses social media a lot. People see him, the interviews that he does, and a lot of things that he does, and making sure that the word goes forth to praise Yah via social media. And also, when I plug the Chief Prince of d.c.b, Prince Yeriel Bedisasko in the building. See More Uziel all the way back there. We're about to close out right now, so everybody can get some food to eat. You'll get some instructions very soon on how to proceed during lunch and how to return. And just make sure that if you were here, that you come back, because there's a lot more in store for the afternoon. A lot more in store. So you definitely do not want to miss that. So, some people are used to in their own congregation not going back, but you definitely don't want to miss anything that's going to take place later on this day. So we pray that the Most High will be with everyone that is here. God, everyone that is here, protect us, allow us to enjoy our day, also bearing in mind that this is a holy day.
Amen, amen.
Sometimes we get around each other because we don't see each other often enough. But when we have opportunities like this, we also have to remember that this day is a holy day, so Yah is always first. And just to plug a couple more things. Just look out for the next, and I'll mention both just to be balanced to the men and the women. Look out for the next men's retreat, look out for the next women's conference, so that way everybody's covered and nobody gets upset. And these are opportunities that we have for people to come together and to learn. This is an opportunity, because people ask, because they were always separate meetings, but people always ask when we have opportunity to do it together, and this is the opportunity here. So these are also the events that people should promote, that we all come together, praise the Most High. The room is packed. People are looking good. They keep adding more and more chairs. So we definitely want to give a hand to everybody that helped put this together. And everybody that took time out to come down, because people have to take off from work and do all types of things to make it here, but you are just showing that you want to be a part of this movement. Even if you're not a teacher, even though you're not a speaker, you're not a drummer, you're not a camera person, you're showing that you want to be a part of the movement. So we pray that Yah will bless you as well. Also see you, Nasi Kez in the building. Don't mind, every now and then if I see somebody, I'll just shout them out. But we're going to continue on later on this evening. We have another woman that will be speaking this afternoon, because wisdom comes from everywhere. And there's even though you're hearing a lot of the younger people speaking this day, the elders are always important, because that's where we continue to get our guidance from. It's like with the priests, actually with the Levites. At 50 years old, they retired from the actual service, but they're always available for advice. They're always available to go to show you how the work has to be done. So we have people, once again, like Chief of Chiefs, who just turned 75. So if you ever happen to be in New York, just find him for some advice. Once again, if you happen to be in Atlanta, you can talk to Seren Yaakov. Oh yeah, going back to social media, Chief of Chiefs is the viral chief. Anything he puts up goes viral, so that's the viral chief right there. If you happen to find your way in Florida, you could always talk to Crown Prince Rishadai. Get some wisdom from him. As well as Maureen Yehoshua as well. And to balance it out, we have we have all the sisters in the building. We have Ima Tereya here. You can always look for her if you're in New York. Gevera Bathsheba. Gevera Kaskria. And various elders on both sides of the spectrum from various cities that you can go to for information. I see Elder Ariel from Chicago in the building. Chief of Chiefs said I better mention Rivqua, Ima Rivqua. And just to make sure I have some food for tomorrow and the rest of the week, my mother's in the building. Just had to mention, Adonia Roa is here. See, they're trying to close out. There's a lot of people here, and a lot of them will be mentioned throughout the day. That's why we tried to space everything out to give the teachers the opportunity to speak, but we do want to acknowledge the people that were here for, for many years, and you can see that in serving the Most High, it will add years to your life. Chief of Chiefs 75 is definitely an accomplishment, and we pray that the Most High will continue to be with him and give him extended life as well. So we're about to break, so we can have lunch. I call up Kohen Shemiyah to pronounce the blessing, and then be attentive to the instruction that will come from Star Aharon after that.
Hallelujah. Opa Shabbat Shalom Lakim. Giving thanks unto the Most High. Not to show any type of nepotism, but I would be remiss, and I know they don't like this, but I would be remiss if I don't mention the fact that my mothers are down here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Ima Torah and Ima Rivqua. Just raise your hand. You don't have to speak. These are the wives of Kohen Levi Haggadah. Hallelujah. Women, very important women in his life and in my life, who raised me to be the person who I am. Hallelujah. See, I don't care how old you get. They get on the phone, Shalom Ima, Shalom me. I got a wife and children of my own. It don't matter. 60 years old, they still around. Shalom Ima, Shalom me. These are women that are important to me. Torah Yah for their lives and allowing them to be here. Hallelujah. And the sisters, I have the task of saying the blessing, even the blessing that the Most High commanded the Kohanim, the priest, to say when we have gatherings such as these. The eastward position is this way, so we can face the Mizracha, Ba'asha. And pray that none of us in this room will fall short of receiving even the blessing that the Most High would even bestow upon his people, Israel. Hallelujah. Yivarek ka Yehovah wa yishmarecha. Ya'ir Yehovah panayo elecha vechunecha. Yisa Yehovah panayo elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Yehovah bless thee and keep thee. Yehovah cause his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yehovah lift up his countenance upon thee and may he give thee peace. Hallelujah. Yochai. Selah. Brothers and sisters, if you can, just for a few more minutes, please be seated. I'm going to introduce and welcome our Sar of the Ba'it, Sar Aharon Ben Levi. Let us welcome him. He has some instructions that he wants to give to you all. Hallelujah.